When life gets loud, when everyone around you keeps talking, judging, and comparing, there comes a moment when you must decide whether to keep chasing their noise or to finally turn it off and listen to the only voice that matters, your own. You have to understand that focusing on yourself isn't selfish, it's survival. In a world that constantly tries to pull your attention toward drama, opinions, and distractions, silence becomes your greatest weapon. When you stop explaining yourself, when you stop defending your decisions, when you stop seeking validation, you begin to discover a version of yourself that doesn't need approval to exist. That's the real you. The moment you stop talking and start doing, you become unstoppable. People who talk too much about their dreams rarely live them, but those who stay silent and work quietly, their results make the noise for them. Focus on yourself means cutting off the energy leaks that drain your power. It means saying no when your mind says yes out of guilt. It means walking away from chaos even when your heart wants to fix it. It means choosing peace over popularity, solitude over fake connections, and progress over attention. The truth is, you don't owe anyone an explanation for why you're changing, improving, or walking alone. The world loves comfort zones, but growth never happens in comfort. Growth demands silence, patience, and obsession. While others laugh, doubt, or gossip, you train in the shadows, you build in the quiet, and you rise in a way they never saw coming. That's the beauty of silence. It hides your process and protects your power. You need to stop wasting your words trying to make people understand what they're not ready to hear. Some people will only understand your silence after they see your success. So stay low, stay quiet, work on you. Because when you are focused, disciplined, and silent, you become dangerous. Your presence speaks louder than any words ever could. Every time you choose silence over reaction, you win. Every time you choose peace over chaos, you grow. Every time you choose to walk away instead of arguing, you evolve. Focus on yourself, because no one else is coming to save you. No one else will put in the hours for you, fight your battles for you, or build your dreams for you. People may cheer for you when it's convenient, but only you know the price of your discipline. The real ones move in silence because they know noise distracts and energy is sacred. You must learn to protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. Don't waste it on gossip. Don't waste it on proving your worth. And don't waste it on trying to make small minds understand big visions. Keep your circle small, your goals massive, and your mouth closed. Every time you speak too soon, you give others the power to doubt, mock, or sabotage your plans. Silence keeps them guessing and keeps you grounded. The less they know, the more they wonder, and that's your advantage. You don't need to announce every move. Just move. You don't need to post every step. Just step. You don't need to prove anything to anyone except yourself. Because the only competition that truly exists is the one between who you are now and who you could be. Focusing on yourself means being brutally honest with yourself about your habits, your mindset, your discipline. It's not about hating the world. It's about mastering your world. When you wake up, what are you feeding your mind? What are you allowing into your space? Every second you give to distractions is a second stolen from your destiny. Be selfish with your time. Not because you don't care about others, but because you care about your purpose. You have dreams that require isolation. You have goals that need sacrifice. You have visions that won't grow in noise. When you learn to love your own company, you stop chasing empty attention. People will call you distant, cold, or arrogant, but let them talk. Their words don't pay your bills. Their opinions don't build your dreams. The greatest revenge is not reaction, it's success. Let them wonder where you went. Let them whisper. Let them doubt. And then let your results silence them. Stay quiet while you work and loud when you win. There is a time to speak and a time to stay silent. The wise know the difference. The foolish announce everything and wonder why nothing happens. Every seed grows in silence. Every champion trains in silence. Every comeback begins in silence. So be still, but not stagnant. Be silent, but not weak. Your silence is not your surrender, it's your preparation. The day will come when the world finally sees what you've been building in private. But until then, focus. Focus so deeply that nothing distracts you. When your goals are clear, your distractions fade. When your vision is sharp, the noise blurs. And when your discipline is unshakable, success becomes inevitable. Remember, you don't need to shout to be heard. Your actions will echo louder than any words. Keep showing up. Keep improving. Keep refining your craft while the world sleeps. The silent ones are the deadliest because they don't announce, they execute. Stop trying to convince others to understand your path when it was never meant for them. Your focus will isolate you. It will make you misunderstood. It will make people distance themselves because they can't handle your intensity. But that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Greatness is lonely because few can handle the silence that comes before success. When you focus on yourself, you stop depending on validation. You stop chasing temporary pleasure. You stop reacting to negativity. Instead, you start mastering your emotions, your routine, your thoughts. And that's where your real power begins. Focus turns chaos into clarity. Silence turns weakness into strength. You will notice that the quieter you become, the more you hear your intuition. The more you listen to yourself, the less you care about noise. Life isn't about proving, it's about improving. So while others are shouting for attention, you're sharpening your skills. While others seek followers, you're building foundations. While others talk about change, you're becoming it. Every great success story began with someone who decided to go silent and work. There's magic in doing the work when no one's watching. There's power in rising before the sun. There's pride in knowing you didn't need an audience to transform. You did it because you believed. Focus on yourself and stay silent because the loudest one in the room is rarely the strongest. The one who listens, learns, and observes in silence always has the upper hand. Don't let noise rush your process. Don't let opinions poison your peace. Don't let doubt slow your discipline. Stay grounded, stay patient, stay focused. You're not missing out on anything by isolating yourself. You're upgrading. Every minute you spend building yourself in private prepares you for the moment you'll shine in public. You owe it to yourself to give everything you've got. Not for applause, not for attention, but for the person in the mirror who deserves the best version of you. Let silence be your armor and focus be your weapon. Protect your dreams from cheap talk. Protect your mind from negativity. Protect your peace from drama. You don't need to prove how hard you're working. The results will do it for you. Just remember this: real power doesn't announce itself. It arrives. When you walk in silence, your presence commands respect. People start to feel your energy before you even speak. That's the mark of someone who focused, sacrificed, and refused to be distracted. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to disappear for a while. The world will notice when you return transformed. Focus on yourself so much that people stop recognizing you. Not because you've changed physically, but because your mindset, your energy, your aura has leveled up. That's what silence does. It builds you from the inside out. Talk less. Do more. Listen more. React less. Work more. Complain less. Be so focused on your growth that you don't even notice the noise. When you finally rise, don't speak of your struggles. Let your success speak for you. When you finally win, don't explain how hard it was. Let your glow say it all. Because one day, you will look back and realize that silence was your greatest strategy. When you stopped sharing your every move, the world had no idea how far you'd come until you were already miles ahead. While they wasted their breath gossiping, you used yours to breathe life into your dreams. While they were busy watching others, you were busy becoming someone worth watching. That's the difference between those who talk and those who transform. The more you focus on yourself, the more you see how much time you've wasted trying to please people who were never pleased with themselves. Stop trying to prove your worth to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You don't need to be seen. You need to be built. You don't need to be liked. You need to be legendary. Silence teaches you patience. Focus teaches you strength. Together, they teach you power. In silence, you learn who's really for you. In focus, you learn what really matters. When you step away from noise, you realize most people aren't talking to understand. They're talking to be heard. But you're not like them. You're different. You're the kind of person who wants more from life, who refuses to settle, who knows that the world rewards the disciplined. not the distracted. So you disappear, not because you're lost, but because you're leveling up. Every hour you spend in silence is an hour of transformation. Every day you choose focus over chaos, you rewrite your destiny. People won't understand it at first. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're distant. They'll say you've become cold. But they won't see the fire inside you, the hunger, the drive, the vision that keeps you awake at night. Let them talk. Let them misunderstand. Because when you finally step back into the light, they won't recognize you. That's the power of silent evolution. It shocks the world because no one saw it coming. Focus on yourself so deeply that your peace becomes your priority. You'll start to notice how things that once triggered you no longer matter. You'll stop chasing validation and start chasing growth. You'll stop explaining your worth and start showing it. That's when you know you're in alignment, with purpose, with discipline, with greatness. Most people can't handle silence because it exposes them. It forces them to face their truth. But you're not afraid of truth. You're fueled by it. You use solitude as your training ground. You use isolation as your weapon. You use silence as your shield. Because deep down, you know that every empire was first built in quiet. Every warrior sharpened their sword before the battle. Every king and queen ruled themselves before ruling a kingdom. So rule yourself first. Control your mind before you try to control your world. Silence helps you hear the noise inside you, the fear, the doubt, the insecurity, and then destroy it one by one. That's how you become unshakable. You start to realize that success isn't about being seen, it's about being ready. And readiness happens in silence. You don't need motivation every day. You need consistency. You need repetition. You need to show up even when no one's watching. That's what focus does. It makes you disciplined when motivation fades. And silence? Silence keeps you grounded while your success grows louder. The moment you let go of the need to announce your every move, you become mysterious, powerful, unpredictable. People can't stop wondering what you're doing, and that's exactly where you want to be: unreachable, untouchable, focused. You no longer waste time explaining your intentions because your results explain them better. You no longer argue with people who doubt you because your silence is your answer. You no longer chase anyone because you've learned that what's meant for you will never require begging. When you master silence, you master control. You control your reactions, your emotions, your energy. And when you control those, you control everything. Focused people don't talk, they act. They don't dream, they build. They don't wait, they create. You can't rise while talking like everyone else. You rise by doing what they won't. You rise by outworking, outlasting, and outdisciplining them. You rise by keeping your plans sacred. Every time you speak about what you're building, you give energy away. Keep that energy for your craft. Protect it, guard it, nurture it. Because that's what will make you unstoppable. Remember, lions don't roar during the hunt. They roar after the kill. So keep hunting in silence. Stay low, stay focused, stay dangerous. Don't announce your next move. Let your results announce it for you. The loudest in the room are often the weakest. The ones who move in silence are the ones who lead in power. So keep your goals private. Move with precision. Let your success speak in a language only the strong understand. Results. The day you master focus and silence is the day you become unstoppable. And as you keep walking that silent road, something incredible begins to happen. You start hearing your own mind clearly for the first time. You start understanding who you truly are when there's no audience, no validation, no noise. That's when you realize most people aren't truly living, they're performing. They talk about success, but they don't work for it. They speak about peace, but they live in drama. You're not one of them anymore. You've outgrown the noise. You've outgrown meaningless conversations, fake friendships, and temporary distractions. You crave peace now. You crave purpose. You crave progress. That's what happens when you focus on yourself. You start replacing chaos with clarity, confusion with confidence, and excuses with execution. You no longer chase what's shiny. You chase what's meaningful. You no longer compare yourself to others. You compare yourself to who you were yesterday. Because silence taught you something powerful. Real competition is internal. The world doesn't need to know your every thought. It just needs to see your transformation. The grind is lonely, but that's where the warriors are made. The late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices no one sees. Those are the moments that define you. Every great story begins in silence, in struggle, in solitude. The mountain doesn't echo for those who shout at it. It echoes for those who climb it. So keep climbing, keep rising, keep building. The pain you feel in silence will one day become the power you show in public. The more you focus on yourself, the more peace you create, because peace comes from progress. And progress happens in silence. Nobody claps for the early stages. Nobody cheers for the lonely nights. Nobody congratulates you for saying no to distractions. But one day, when your results speak, they'll all want to know how you did it. And you'll smile, because you know it was your silence that protected your journey. You didn't argue. You didn't prove. You didn't beg. You just worked. That's the mindset that separates dreamers from doers. Focus on yourself so much that success becomes your second nature. Let every rejection fuel you. Let every doubt sharpen you. Let every loss teach you. That's how warriors are made. Not in comfort, but in silence. You'll start to realize that silence doesn't mean weakness. It means wisdom. It means you've learned that energy is sacred and words are expensive. You don't waste them anymore. You move differently. You think differently. You see through people's noise, and you no longer respond to it. That's when your power becomes magnetic. People feel your focus even when you say nothing. They sense your strength because it's real, not performed. You become calm under pressure, silent under attack, and unstoppable under doubt. Because silence gave you self-control. Focus gave you purpose. Together they made you unbreakable. You'll face moments where people try to provoke you, where they test your patience, where they try to pull you back into chaos. But you'll smile, because you've learned that not every battle deserves your reaction. Some battles are won by walking away. Your silence is not a sign of fear, it's a sign of growth. You no longer need to prove your worth through argument. You prove it through action. And that's the mindset that creates leaders. The greatest people in history all mastered this. They moved in silence, they built in private, and when they finally spoke, the world listened. Be that person. The one who doesn't talk about what they're doing, but just keeps doing it. Be the person whose silence speaks louder than any speech. You don't need to tell people you're changing, they'll feel it. You don't need to announce your next step, they'll see it. You don't need to justify your isolation. They'll understand it when you win. Keep your silence sacred, because it's the soil where your greatness grows. Protect your dreams from doubt, your goals from noise, your peace from drama. The louder the world gets, the more valuable your silence becomes. Let others seek attention. You seek mastery. Let others chase trends. You chase timeless success. Let others gossip. You grind. Let others argue. You evolve. Because the truth is, the universe doesn't reward noise. It rewards focus. The more you align with your purpose, the less you need to talk about it. And one day, when your vision becomes reality, everyone will know exactly why you stayed silent. Until then, stay hungry, stay humble, stay quiet. Work like your future depends on it, because it does. Don't wait for motivation. Create discipline. Don't seek validation. Seek progress. Don't talk about what you'll do. Just do it, again and again, until your results are so undeniable that silence becomes your victory anthem. You don't owe the world your words. You owe yourself your greatness. So focus on yourself and stay silent, because the ones who talk about change rarely change, but the ones who work in silence redefine everything. Because the more you grow, the more silence becomes your best friend. You start realizing that not everyone deserves access to your energy, not everyone should hear your plans, and not everyone can handle your vision. The deeper you go into self-improvement, the smaller your circle becomes. You stop needing attention because you start respecting peace. You stop chasing validation because you start chasing results. You stop begging people to understand you because you finally understand yourself. That's what focus does. It clears your path. And that's what silence does. It protects it. Every time you stop explaining yourself, you reclaim your power. Every time you stop reacting, you save your peace. And every time you walk away from nonsense, you upgrade your life. Focus on yourself until your silence speaks volumes. Until your discipline becomes your language. Until your energy becomes your identity. You'll see that when you stay silent, you hear the truth more clearly. The truth about your habits, your mindset, your potential. The world has taught people to make noise to feel relevant, but real relevance doesn't shout. It radiates. It comes from within. It comes from doing what others are too distracted to do. You start noticing the patterns. Most people are addicted to talking, not transforming. They love to discuss plans, but hate to execute them. They love to post progress, but avoid the pain behind it. But you're different. You know that the grind isn't glamorous, it's lonely. You know that building yourself means disappearing for a while, saying no to distractions, cutting ties with comfort, and facing your demons in silence. Because that's the only way to win the war inside. Silence gives you clarity. Clarity gives you strength, and strength gives you freedom. You stop being a follower. You stop being a people pleaser. You stop being the version of yourself that's settled for less. You begin to walk with a different energy, calm, unbothered, certain. Because when you know what you're building, you don't need to explain it. You just work. You just move. You just evolve. And every silent step you take becomes a brick in the foundation of your success. You realize that silence is not about muting your voice. It's about amplifying your purpose. It's about tuning out the noise so you can tune into your calling. The world rewards those who can endure the quiet grind. The quiet mornings when no one's watching. The quiet nights when no one's cheering. The quiet sacrifices no one will ever understand. That's where champions are made. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. The gym, the study desk, the lonely room, the sleepless nights, that's your kingdom. That's where you forge the version of yourself the world will one day applaud. Focus on yourself, and you'll start realizing how much of your past was noise. All those arguments, all those distractions, all those meaningless conversations, none of it mattered. What matters is now. What matters is progress. What matters is peace. When you stay silent, you can finally hear your future calling your name. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You stop chasing attention and start chasing mastery. You stop living fast and start living with purpose. Every great transformation starts in a quiet season. That's when you shed old habits, old environments, old expectations. That's when you confront the parts of yourself you've been running from. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, but it's powerful. Because silence forces you to meet yourself, to face your fears, to grow without applause. And when you emerge, you're not the same. You've become refined by struggle, disciplined by patience, and empowered by focus. People will wonder what changed, but you'll know. Silence changed you. Solitude healed you. Focus rebuilt you. Every second you chose silence, you chose strength. Every day you stayed consistent, you became a threat to mediocrity. Every time you walked away from drama, you walked toward destiny. That's how legends are made. They disappear for a while, and when they return, they're unstoppable. So don't be afraid of silence. Don't fear the quiet. Embrace it. Use it. Master it. Because in that quiet space, your greatness is growing roots deep beneath the surface. One day, it will bloom so loud the whole world will hear it, and you won't need to say a single word. Because the truth is, silence and focus are not just habits, they are weapons. They separate the average from the exceptional, the talkers from the doers, the distracted from the disciplined. Once you learn to focus on yourself and stay silent, you step into a level of peace most people will never experience. You stop reacting to gossip because your mind is occupied with growth. You stop chasing validation because you've already validated yourself through action. You stop needing motivation because your purpose fuels you. Silence becomes your sanctuary, the space where your confidence grows, where your self-respect rebuilds, where your future takes form. People will wonder how you remain calm when everything around you is chaotic. They won't understand that your silence is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's not that you have nothing to say, it's that you don't waste words anymore. You've learned that energy is a currency and focus is an investment. You spend both wisely. You've seen how the loudest ones rarely last, how the quiet ones move strategically, how the patient ones always win. So you stop rushing. You stop competing. You stop explaining. You trust your timing. You trust your grind. You trust your silence. Because every time you disappear, you come back sharper, stronger, smarter. That's what silence does. It rebuilds you without witnesses. And when you return, the same people who doubted you will wonder how you did it. You won't need to explain. Your results will speak in a language they can't ignore. Focus on yourself so fiercely that distractions lose their power over you. Let your discipline be louder than your words, your peace louder than your ego, and your success louder than their noise. When you focus on yourself, your priorities change. You no longer chase comfort. You chase challenge. You no longer chase approval. You chase alignment. You no longer chase people. You chase purpose. You begin to move differently. You talk less and achieve more. You post less and perform more. You seek less validation and gain more vision. Your focus becomes your shield and your silence becomes your strategy. You'll notice how much energy you save by not reacting. You'll notice how your creativity grows when you stop explaining yourself. You'll notice how powerful you feel when you keep your goals private. That's how you know you've evolved. You don't crave to be understood anymore. You crave to be effective. You no longer need to prove your worth, you live it. The world might call it arrogance, but it's self-awareness. They might call it distance, but it's discipline. They might call it silence, but it's self-control. Because you finally realize that peace is power. The one who can stay calm in chaos, silent under pressure, and focus through noise. That's the one who wins. So don't fear being misunderstood. Don't fear being alone. Don't fear being silent. Every second of silence is a seed of strength. Every moment of focus is a step toward mastery. The best revenge against doubt is success. The best response to hate is silence. The best answer to noise is growth. So move in silence like a storm building strength. Prepare quietly. Work relentlessly. Execute fearlessly. And when your moment comes, let your success make the noise you refuse to. Remember, lions don't roar during the hunt. They roar after victory. Your silence today is the sound of your preparation. Your focus today is the foundation of your freedom. You owe it to yourself to keep going, to keep building, to keep believing. Don't get distracted by people who gave up on themselves. Don't waste your words on people who can't understand your mission. Your path is sacred. Walk it with discipline and grace. The more you focus inward, the brighter your world becomes. You stop needing external validation because you've built internal strength. You realize that happiness is not found in noise, it's found in alignment. You realize that success is not about showing off, it's about showing up. You realize that greatness doesn't come from being seen, it comes from being consistent. And that's why silence and focus are everything. They shape your character. They sharpen your purpose. They create your future. You'll look back one day and thank yourself for staying quiet when you could have reacted, for walking away when you could have fought, for staying disciplined when you could have quit. Because all those silent moments were not wasted, they were building your legacy. So stay silent but never still. Stay focused but never fearful. Move with intention. Grind with purpose. Rise with patience. Let the noise fade while your name grows. Let the world talk while you transform. Let your silence echo with the sound of discipline, and your focus blaze like fire through every challenge you face. You are not behind. You are not missing out. You are exactly where you need to be, growing in the dark so you can shine in the light. One day, the same people who overlooked you will wish they had your focus. The same people who mocked your silence will envy your peace. The same people who doubted your patience will be inspired by your results. So never underestimate the power of staying silent and focusing on yourself.